Hi, this is Dave Rinkowitz. I'm going to present a video here of the same tutorial I presented today during the Beta 15 conference. And I know that we rushed through a lot of it, and some of you may have needed more time or may have more questions. I'm also going to talk about extra things in this video, including how to share and modify your site and personalize it a little bit. So that's my contact info. If you still have questions, please contact me. I had asked you that one of the first things to do is to go to your Google account and make sure you have your BUSD credentials logged in. So what I mean by that is go to your internet browser, go to Google, and then you need to make sure that at the top right you are signed on to your particular account. So which is the Benito account. It gives you the suite of Google apps, including Google Docs, Sheets, and Slides. And the one that we're really interested in is Google Sites. So what you'll need to do is, after you log in, is click this button right here, which is the app button. It looks like a waffle. Some people call it a waffle. I don't know what it's called really, but we're going to click on that. And after we click it, we're going to click on Sites, which is here on the right. So, and that'll take you to your sites. I made a bunch of sites today from the sessions, but we're going to do that. But before we even do that, we also need to think through our site before we start creating it. So there are going to be a few things on our agenda here that we need to think through first. First thing we need to do is design the site, which you need to think about what do you want to have, what do you want it to have, and what pages will it need. Then we're going to create the site, which means making the pages and connecting it all together, and then we're going to do some editing here on the right. So again, this is a video, so you can pause and move forward whenever you like. So let's talk about first the designing of the site. So you need to think about, for your particular class, do you want to have, or what pages do you want to communicate to your parents and students? So a good way to do this is maybe take a piece of scratch paper out, or maybe a Word doc. I'll use a Word doc here to explain what I'm talking about. So I opened a Word doc here to help explain what I'm talking about. So for my particular class or my site, I know that I'm going to have a home page, and that home page will describe who I am as a teacher and my contact information. Maybe I might have some announcements there for my students. I'm also going to have a couple of sub-pages. So the first sub-page I'm going to have is my first section of classes, which are my Algebra 1 classes. And then I'm going to have another sub-page, which is my Algebra 2 classes. So really, I have 2 pages, including my home page. Now, on each of these pages, I'm going to have a homework page, because I want my Algebra 1 students to have to know what their homework is, and I also want my Algebra 1 students to know what their what the lessons were for that day, because I do videos on my lessons. And I also want to do that for my Algebra 2 students. So, in this case, after I make my website, I really have my main home page, and then I got 6 pages. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 pages here that I need to take care of. So I need to figure out what each one's going to have. For my Algebra 1 page and Algebra 2 page, I think I'm going to have my syllabus for each of those courses. My homework pages will describe the homework for each of those classes, and my lessons will be the pages where I embed video for my students. So now that I know what it's supposed to look like, I can go start creating my site. So I'm going to go back to my Google Chrome, and again, we start off at Google. We click the waffle at the top right here. We want to click on Sites here on the right. That's going to take us here. Now, I have a lot of sites here that I had from our tutorial, so I'll do one more session here. So when you want to create a site, you click Create here on the left, and it's going to ask you for what you want to name it and what template you want to use. Today we're not going to use a template because we just want to make a nice plain site for our classes, and then you could personalize it thereafter. So when you name your site, make sure you have something that's unique enough, that is different from any other site, but you also want to make sure that it's simple enough for your students and parents to get to. So I'm going to call this video session, or Rink video, for the sake of this tutorial. So, but anything would be fine. I'm going to probably pick one that's real simple for later, for my personal, or for my classes later. Then we're not going to pick a template or anything else like a theme. We could change that later. We're going to click create. And what that's going to do is create the website that you have, and it's going to be under your Bonita account. So now this is our website, real plain, and it starts off with our home page. Okay, so we've just created the website. Now we have to create our pages. The way we create our pages is the following. We have to use this button right up here. It's the make a page button. I'm going to click on that, and I want to start working on all of these different pages that I said I was going to do. Algebra 1, I also want to do its 2 sub-pages, homework and lessons, and I'm going to make an Algebra 2 page, and then 2 more other sub-pages of Algebra 2. So, and I know that Algebra 1 and Algebra 2 will both be under the home page, because the home page is really what encapsulates the whole website. So I'm going to go back to here and start creating my pages. So I'm going to start with Algebra 1. Alright. And we know it's going to be a web page, and we don't want it at the top level. We want to put it under the home page. So we're going to click on that second option, and then we're going to click create. And what that's going to do is it's going to create the page with a URL. Alright. And this is our Algebra 1 page. It's asking to edit, so I'm going to click cancel on the right, and since we're already on the Algebra 1 page, I'm going to create my 2 sub-pages. The first one being, I clicked the wrong button, I'm sorry about that. Go back to create page, and we're going to create a page, call this one homework, and we want this one to be under Algebra 1, and create this page. And it's going to ask me to edit this particular page. I won't, just click save. And then I need to do another one. I'm going to click create page again, and this one is going to be my lessons page, and this is my lessons for Algebra 1. So I want to put it under Algebra 1, but it doesn't give me that option here. As you can see, it says top level or under homework, and I don't want either of the two, so I'm going to choose a different location. Click that button there. So choose a different location. It's going to give me some options where I want it. I don't want it under homework. I want it under Algebra 1. So we're going to click that and select it, and click create. So far I've made 3 pages. I made my Algebra 1 page, homework page. Oops, sorry about that. And my my lessons page. So now I'm going to go back to my home page, and I'm going to create 2 more pages, or 3 more pages for Algebra 2. So I'm going to pause this video, or actually I'm just going to go through this. You could just fast forward if this is mundane to you. Sorry, this is taking a little bit. I already made a homework page. Let's do a lessons page. Put that under Algebra 2. Create it, and that should be good. So just to double check it, we have a little bit of a sitemap on the left here. Oh. So far I've created 6 pages. The original website is your home page. Then you got Algebra 1, Algebra 2, and then we have the other subpages. So now we've created the pages with the URLs. The next part of this process, now we have to set up our menus so that people who could visit could navigate through your website. So the way we do that is, let's click on home here. Takes us to our home page. We're not going to edit anything or do any content right now. We're going to just organize our menus to figure out, or so that people who visit can navigate through our site. So what we're going to do is click on this wheel here on the top right. It says more actions, and we want to edit site layout. And right now we want to ask ourselves, do we want to have a sidebar for our visitors to use, or do we want to have a horizontal navigation bar, which is a navigation bar that's up here? So you could have one or the other or both. Not really a big deal. But I'm going to use the horizontal navigation bar. The header is the name of our website. It's just, do we want that there or not? I'm going to leave it there because it's kind of nice to see that that's my website. And we got horizontal navigation. We got a sidebar. I don't like the sidebar personally, but that's fine. And we have a custom footer we could put in. Some people like putting more information down there, so we're just going to leave that alone for now. And I'm going to have horizontal navigation with no sidebar. Now I'm noticing here that I don't have any of the pages that I had created. I know that they're there because I just made them, so I need to tell the menu that I want it to present them. Okay, so as you can see, when I hover my cursor over this area, it's allowing me to edit the horizontal navigation. So I'm going to click anywhere over here, and this is going to tell the menu what to present. So I wanted to present it those 2 Algebra 1 and Algebra 2 courses. So I know that I have a home page, but I also wanted to show my Algebra 1, and I also wanted to show my Algebra 2 page. Okay. And these are going to be the same as my home page, or the same level of importance. And then under my Algebra 1 class, I want to make sure that I have the Algebra 1 homework page. So I'm going to go under here and click on that, and click OK. And I'm noticing that the homework page is the same level of importance as Algebra 1, and I don't want that. So I'm going to keep it highlighted and move it to the right so that it is going to show as a submenu item. And I want the same thing for my Algebra 1 lessons. Click OK, and it's there. Same thing for Algebra 2. I'm going to add the homework page and make that a submenu item, as well as my lessons page, and make that a submenu item. Now you could include your sitemap if you want, or recent site activity. That's if someone visits. I think that's just more clutter on your site. And then you could also pick what style you want, boxes, tabs. I'll just do boxes for fun here. It doesn't really matter. But you could see that they're boxes now. You could change that too. Now we're done. You could see that I have my menu items here, so I don't need to edit that. I'm going to close this edit site layout editing, and I'm noticing now I have my home page button here. I have my Algebra button with its submenus, and I have my Algebra 2 button with its submenus, which is super cool. Okay, so we've just created the infrastructure for the site. The next thing we're going to do is talk about how to edit any pages. So the way to edit any pages is you want to navigate to the site, and then there's this button here at the top. It looks like a pencil, and we want to push that button whenever we want to edit a particular page, and then always press save when we're done. So what we're going to do first is on this example, I'm going to go to my home page, and I want my home page to show a picture of my face and a message from me, and also some contact information. So for this example, I'm going to go to my home page. I clicked on home, and it says that I'm at home. Then I'm going to click on edit page button at the top, which is the little pencil, and it allows me to start editing. So I want to edit this page. I'm going to say, welcome to my site. I'm so glad you came to my session. Okay. If you have questions, please dial extension 3803. Okay? And I also want my students to know who I am, so I'm going to insert a picture of me. So I want to insert the picture underneath my words that I have here. So I have a picture ready on my desktop that I could upload. Click on image, and I want to upload an image. And I already have it on my desktop, so I just need to look for it. And it's uploading it, which is great. And it's going to give me a little bit of a thumbnail of what it's going to look like. So it's right there. I'm going to assume it's okay. It's kind of cut off though. Let's see if it worked. Okay. And clearly this picture is too big for my website. So there's some ways to format this. If you want a left justified, center, right justified, small, medium, large. Let's do small. Let's see what small looks like. Oh, that's nice. I think I want my picture a little bit bigger though. I'm going to put medium. Or I could do 100%, which is 100% across. Or large. I think large is good for me. Okay. And we're going to leave that there. So now I'm going to click save. And now my note is live, okay? You could put whatever you like here. You could put pictures of your classroom. You could also put any sort of announcements you want to write. That's always there and available. Alright, so now you know how to edit a page. Now I want to show you how to embed a PDF so you could get a link. Okay, so for this example, let's say that I wanted my Algebra 1 students to have homework tonight. So I'm going to go to that homework page, hovering over homework, and clicking on homework. It's taking me to that page that I created for them. So I want to edit this page and communicate homework to my students, so I'm going to click Edit Page. And I'm going to write down what the homework is. And I like representing my homework as the date, so I'm going to put Wednesday, August 19th, 2015. And I'm going to put website tutorial down, okay? Now, it's good that I wrote this down. This text will represent what's the homework and what the PDF will be, but we need to tell the website what it's good or how to get to the PDF. So I'm going to highlight this. And then I'm going to click on this button on the top left that's called Insert, okay? Click on that, and we want to insert a link, okay? Because we want to link it to another file that I have. And you should link it to your files in your Google Drive that's through your district. So I want to link it to a web address, so I'm going to click on this on the left. And now I need to go find where the link is. So I already have my Google Drive opened to what I need. And this is just a very simple example. Here is the PDF that I have from my site. I'm going to right click it and I'm going to click share. What that's going to do is allow me to share this document with anyone that I choose to. So I want to get this link. I'm going to copy it first, and then I'm going to change the permissions. As of now, the permissions automatically only share within Bonita USD, but we want it to be anyone on the internet. And the reason for that is because sometimes you might have students that are using their mom or dad's phone, and they need to access your homework, and they're not part of Bonita USD. They're just accessing your website. So now that I've shared it, I'm going to go back to my website, and I'm going to paste the URL that I just worked on. And I like having whoever visits my site, whenever they click on a link, that it would take them to their that it would take him to their to a new window. So I'm going to click OK. And what that just did is it made my text be a link now. It's a hyperlink, which is awesome. And exactly what I wanted. I'm going to click Save on the top right to finish my editing. And now the website is live. It's saying our homework for today. And if I go over my cursor, I'm noticing that it becomes underlined. So I'm going to click on it. And what that's going to do is open up the document that I had linked to my homework. So this is a great way for you to link up your homework, and this is how I post my homework. I don't really ever go to the copy machine anymore, so because I have about 150 students. With 150 students, if I have one copy a day, that adds up a lot. So, and a lot of times students don't need to copy down or get a printed out worksheet. So that's the second part. Now let's do one more example of how to edit. The last example I want to show you is how to embed a video. So let's say I want to embed a video under my lessons page. So I'm going to go highlight my lessons page and click on it. And I'm going to my Algebra 1 lessons page. And I want to embed a video right here. So that when it opens up, there would be a video of me teaching, right? And a little play button like so. So how do we do that? We need to edit this page like before. Since we're already here, we're going to click on the pencil on the top, which says Edit Page. We're clicking on that. And we need to insert a video. So the first thing you want to do before you press Save is go find the video. I have the video ready for our use, which is going to be this first one right here. Alright, not really a special video, not really a big deal, but let's just say it's today's video lesson. On most videos, it allows you to share, and if you go down, there's this share button on most videos online. We don't want to share the actual hyperlink because that'll just take the students to this page. I want students to be able to look at the video on my particular page. So I want to embed the video. So I need to make sure I highlight embed, and we're going to right click and copy that hyperlink text or the embedding text. Now this is different than a hyperlink. This is more of the language of how the website reads what you want to do. So your kids won't even see this. They'll just see a video pop up. So once we copy this HTML text, we're going to go back to our website, and let's say I want it right here where the cursor is flashing. I'm going to go up here to this button that's called HTML, and we want to edit that, okay? And we're going to paste that right where the cursor is, because it's at the top of our page. I could even delete this thing called BR. That just shows that there's a break, meaning the enter sign has been pressed. So I'm going to paste my HTML code for that particular video I got from YouTube, and I'm going to click update. And what that's going to do, it's telling my website there's a YouTube video there. I'm going to click save. And now our website knows to play that particular video for my students. So they see, hey, look, there's a video here that Mr. Rink put up, and they could press play. And this is lesson 93. It's one of the last lessons we're going to do in this class, looks like. So rational expressions. So that's the example. So that's the third thing you could do. All right. So your website will actually be very much very fluid, and it's going to be dynamic. It's going to change through the year. Use it to your advantage, and just use it regularly and consistently, and your kids will know what to do with it. One last thing I didn't share today in class, super important, is the share button up at the top right. How do you tell your kids and your parents how to use it, or how to use this website? You need to use this share button, and we have to do a couple things. We need to get the link for this website, and we need to give privileges to the world to see it, because right now it's only available to people in the Bonita Unified School District. Okay, so how do we deal with that? We're going to go and click that button, And here's the link that you could give your students. So I would copy this down or right click it and put it on their syllabus or whatever, and then that way that you could communicate it with them. And then we also want to change who has access. Right now it's saying that only people in the Bonita Unified School District have access, and we don't want that. We want to change that. So we're going to click this button called Change here, and we're going to make it public on the web. And basically anyone on the web could find it. They could even search and get to it, which we want, because sometimes they just want that. So now, if you have that link, your students could use that link and put it onto their phones. Another fun thing you could do is make a QR code. This is what I like doing. I kind of just print out my QR code or put it on my PowerPoint. So an easy way to do that is just Google QR code generator and take the link that you had here. We're going to go to a QR code generator. Pick whatever one is free. It doesn't really matter. They're all the same. And we're going to input that website code into here, and all of a sudden it's going to give me a QR code right here on the right. You could download that QR code and put it on, you could print it, you could put it on your boards, or you could even put it into your PowerPoint presentation. So, and kids could take that and bookmark your site. So, a lot of stuff here. Sorry, I'm talking a lot. I know this is the longer version. We went quickly earlier because we only had so much time in our sessions earlier. I wanted to go back to my PowerPoint and just, I want to encourage you, think about why make a website. I think it's a really good idea. There's a lot of benefits. There's no more making copies. It makes your kids and parents happy because they know where to get your homework and any announcements as long as you're consistent. You don't have to communicate or prepare student absent work as much, particularly for absent work, which is great because that's sometimes it's just really just takes a lot of time. And you'll notice that student absent work will decrease. A lot of students that are absent, they actually do their homework because it's on a website. They don't miss anything. There's less transition time in class. You don't have to worry about students or passing out papers. And even so, subplans are made easy. You could tell your sub to go to your website. You could just prepare your lesson online, post the homework, and then students could do that by themselves. There's a few challenges that come to having a website, but the challenges, there's always a solution, really. Some students have limited access to technology. When that's the case, you need to make sure there's a system in place at the school where students have equitable access. For our school, we have a library where students could use the computer lab in the library and they are able to access the homework printed out. And so even for those students that have excuses that they say they don't have access to it, they could still access it. Sometimes technology doesn't work, so yeah, you do need to have a backup plan. Sometimes you have to print out stuff, and sometimes you're just going to have to change the plan, maybe change the homework, or dismiss homework for a day. But that's, with the time you save, one day of homework out of the whole year is not a big deal. And just getting it all set up, that's really the big thing for today. So if you do have questions, you could contact me at extension 3803. I'm going to put my website up here, or my information again up here. And then I wanted to show you one more thing. Sorry, this is a very long video. Want to show you one more thing here. If you did want to, for example, modify the way your website looks, I'm going to go back to my website just for fun. We're going to go back to my particular site here after I shared it. Let's say I wanted to manage the site and change the theme and such. You can do that by going to this thing called Manage Site. And you could go back to your templates that we skipped over at the beginning. So we can change the theme. I'm sorry, it's on the bottom left. And so you could do all sorts of things with it just by changing the theme. So right here we could change it to ski theme. You could change it to iceberg theme, which changes the way it looks. So it's really up to you. You could also change the actual template. We're going to leave this page. I haven't really visited this too much. So these are things that you can go and do, which is kind of fun to work with. So you could change colors and themes, all sorts of good stuff here. I'm going to let you play with that. Browse. Oh, here we go. Browse more themes at the top right. So there's all sorts of templates we could use. Let's see. We could use the educational template, schools and education. Here we go. Let's use this one. It says education theme. Okay. And let's say this is the one I wanted to use. We could actually use this template, and then it would allow me to put it in there. I think it should. Okay, well, anyways, these are... Sorry, I'm not really familiar with this part. I kept it simple for the sake of really just making our website. But that is how we do that. So again, feel free to contact me. You have my contact info here. And yeah, good luck. I think you're going to really like it this year. And I think you're going to just really save a lot of time. Your kids are going to like it. Parents. It's just a good thing all around. All right. Thank you so much. Take care.